Hi everyone, this is a quick video getting you introduced to Module 2. Module 2 is the first module that we will cover fiction writing, which is short stories from our textbook. Some of the short stories you'll notice are excerpts from longer works such as novels. So we're just reading the short story part of it rather than the entire novel. That's how we will get our introduction to fiction writing. So this unit, we will be looking at the chapters that cover the terminology. So how can we discuss and analyze literature? What are the different types of terms that we can use? So we'll have the different points of view. We'll discuss different types of symbols, all of that. So you'll be looking through those chapters, and then we have additional readings that you'll do as well. So you'll get a nice overview of what fiction looks like. Module 3 will also cover fiction writing, but in a different way. So you'll have different readings in Module 3, and you will also be you'll have a writing assignment in Module 3 as well. So we'll be taking a look at fiction in different ways in these two modules that are linked together. So let me show you what we're working on in Module 2. Just like Module 1, you have an overview and a to-do list. The readings, you'll see I have listed here the chapters. These sections are all pretty short. You can see they're just a couple of pages that cover terminology mostly, and giving you examples and different types of symbols, for example. And then there are 4 short stories that will be covered on the exam. And so these are all stories that some of them you might be familiar with actually and may have read before. And so make sure that you read those before you take the exam. You have a couple of resources here as well. So some more information on point of view, and then there's an audio recording of Rose for Emily. Most of the work, by the way, in the textbook, you can find YouTube videos and other types of resources online that can help you understand them. So I encourage you to look for audio versions of some of these where people are reading them out loud. You can also look for other people's analysis of them, but I don't know that that's necessarily the best idea. I want you to form your own opinion, of course, because when you just listen to other people's opinions, you don't get that chance. So just kind of keep that in mind. I don't care whether or not you're Googling these, but make sure that you are giving yourself a chance to really think about what does the story mean to you, because a lot of times there's not a right answer. Students just want to go and search for the symbols or whatever, and the symbol has to mean X, Y, or Z, but there's not necessarily a right answer to what it means. So everyone might see something a little bit different. So just keep that in mind. So then once you have gone through the readings for the unit, you'll want to take the quiz and then the exam. The quiz is solely a review quiz, so you take the quiz to prepare for the exam. The quiz you can take multiple times, and it pulls questions from the exam. So the more times you take it, the more likely you'll see most of the questions, and then you'll be able to, of course, it records the highest score, so you may want to take it more than once just to get yourself some practice. The exam, though, is a timed exam. It's not a timed exam. I need to change that. It's a 55-point exam. There are 25 questions that are multiple choice true false, and then there's one that is a longer short answer question, or short exam question, and so you have to respond with writing, which means that it needs to be manually graded, so you won't get an automatic grade for this one right away. The next part of this module, after you do the readings and the quiz and the exam, is learning about cultural identity, racism, and literature. So I have selections from the textbook of different short stories that are about race, cultural identity, nationality, ethnic background, prejudices, stereotypes, all of these kinds of issues that we look at in society. and that authors like to explore. And so you are going to pick 5 of these. This is just an information page, and I have a couple of videos down here that you are more than welcome to watch just if you want a little bit of a deeper understanding of some of these issues. They're not required, but they may help you a little bit. And then you're doing the journal. So the journal is set up as a discussion board. It looks like a discussion board, but it's a personal discussion board. So you will only post on your own discussion board, and you won't see anyone else's posts, nor will other people be able to reply to you. So it's only for you. So what you'll do is you're going to pick 5 of these stories, and then for each one, you're going to hit reply, and you're going to type in your 500-word response. And it's a personal response. I'm just looking for what was your reaction to specifically how the author deals with issues of racism, cultural identity, stereotypes, etc., etc. So you're going to respond to that. So you'll just you'll tell me, author and title, and then beneath that you'll type in your 500-word response, and then you'll post your reply. And then you'll do another one, you'll do reply again, and you'll do another one. So you'll do 5 of those, one for each of your 5 chosen short stories. So you can look through those short stories and decide kind of which ones sound most interesting, and then once you've decided on those, you read them and then do your responses. That is the last assignment in the module. The purpose of this assignment is to give you another writing assignment that is not an essay. So we do obviously a lot of writing in literature, and when it's all essay, right? Essays take longer for me to grade, first of all, but they're also a little bit more heavily weighted. There's rubrics, there's other criteria involved that you have to meet. Whereas a response type writing, you experience that a little bit in the overview section of the class. This is kind of the same idea. It just allows you to connect personally with the writings and gives you a better sense of why these writings can be important for us as a culture. So that's kind of the idea behind it. So that is the second module. Hopefully you're doing well. If you have questions about the assignments, make sure that you are sending me an email or a message in Canvas. You can also send me a text or call me on my office phone. Otherwise, I will talk to you later.